Apparel Construction 15A apron. This is step number 3, all of your hems. So on the sample, we've pressed down the neckline 2 times. And it says 1/4 plus a 1/2 inch in the instructions, but I like to press like a 3/8. It's a little bit easier. I don't burn my fingers. So you're pressing down the neckline to the inside. And then you're also pressing up the bottom hem 2 times. Then you press in the sides. So let's take a look at our toddler's apron. 2 times on the top neckline. This is an example of 1/4 plus 1/2. Then you do the bottom edge, 3/8 plus 1/2. I just wanted to give you an example of 1/4 plus 1/2, but please make everything consistent. Here is 3/8 plus the 1/2. So neckline, then bottom, then the 2 sides. First finger press these, then go over to your ironing board and press those up. So now we're going to go ahead and do the edge stitch on my top neckline. And if any of your pressing has become undone, go ahead and give it another press right before you sew. Sometimes by the time you do the neckline and get down to the last hem, the side hem or what have you, it's not as firm as you'd like. So go ahead and touch up any pressing. Now we're going to get right on the edge of this neckline. Put our needle down, and we're going to make a straight line all the way across the edge there. You can do a back stitch, but you don't need to because the armhole will be covered by the straps. So we could start and stop with a back stitch, only 2 to 3 stitches, or we could skip it. And like I said, you can start and end with the back stitch or not. Let's go ahead and trim our threads. There's our neckline. Looks really nice. Let's go ahead and do our bottom hem. And then we're going to repeat these steps with the side seams. We're right there on the folded edge. And when you're doing a lot of hems, you could always take a sewing magnet and buttress it up right against the hem, and then it would give you the same stitch width from the bottom edge up. Again, we can start and stop with the back stitch or not. Here we're going to get to the end. Let's go ahead and trim. Now let's turn up the side seam. And this is one of our side seam hems, and we would do the same thing with the other side seam. We're doing an edge stitch. Move that out of the way there. Coming to the end. You can do a reverse, but you can also flip it around and stitch the opposite direction. We finished one side seam. Let's trim those threads nice and close. This is up at the armhole. And you know me, I'm putting my threads on some packing tape because they get everywhere. And it's a great way to manage your threads. Looks nice. Let's go ahead and do the other side. This is our last hem. I'm going to push the edge up a little bit so that we don't have the side seam dragging over the edge of the hem. And I did that also on my other side seam. Before I got to the bottom, I had pushed that edge up a little bit and worked it in. Here we do need our back stitch. Because it's the corner. We can use our sewing magnet or not. And again, we can finish this with a back stitch or here at the armhole not because we have the straps coming in. So we'll go ahead and trim those threads. Let's go trim them down here at the bottom hem where we absolutely need the back stitch. And that completes our hem. Our neckline hem, our side seam hem, our bottom hem, and the other side seam. That completes step number 3. Hems.